Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. How is it bloody June? Like, can we just chill for a sec? Like, let's just pause. Anyways, I'm here today because I'm going to be taking you guys through a mid-year reset. And this is like a life reset. I've really broken this down because number one, chances are if you're watching this video, you were feeling really overwhelmed. And number two, you're probably feeling like you need to live up to this expectation that you had for yourself possibly at the start of the year. Maybe because you're someone who didn't get to go back and watch my reset roadmap where I gave you like the whole bloody huge workbook. I gave you this huge workbook on how to set yourself up for the best year yet, and it's something that is achievable. It breaks everything down for you. So that's probably the other reason. You can still get this, I'll link it below for anyone that missed out. And number three, you are here because you're a bloody hot mess like me. So I've really broken down this mid-year review and reset for you so we can cover all areas of your life, but not in a way that's overwhelming. There's a lot of like resets and things like that out there, but they're just so intense. And if you're anything like me and have ADHD, you're gonna like do 2 minutes of it and then you're done with it. I've done all the heavy lifting for you. And the biggest thing I just wanna say is just because it is another 6 months, you're halfway through the year, doesn't mean you have to be the best version of yourself. You don't have to be like new month, new me, none of that bullshit. Let's focus on being the happiest you. Because in life, anyone's goal is just to be happy. And that can mean instead of saying yes to more, it's saying no to more, and it's setting boundaries. And you will probably find in this video, when we go over the goals that you may have set at the start of the year, shit's changed. And you may have found that the goals that you did set at the start of this year aren't really relevant to you anymore because shit has changed. You've changed. That's where it's good to have this mid-year reset and refresh and just get clearer and stop being an asshole to yourself. Stop putting yourself on this bloody train wreck to expectation town, and it's not going to stop, and you're going to end up burning out and just feeling like you're inadequate when you're not. All right, so let's get into this. Now through this video, I will be referencing some things from my reset roadmap, and that is just because this really breaks things down for you. Now in this video, we're going to be going through a mid-year review, a life audit, a time audit, checking in with your goals, reevaluating them, setting new ones for the next quarter. And I'm also going to be telling you the 3 days that you have to schedule in this month to really help yourself get reset for the rest of the year. And you'll be surprised at what the third day is. I don't think you'll see it coming. And then I'm going to be touching on your routine and how we're going to really simplify it, change it, make it work better, which I also break it down a lot in the reset roadmap. All right, so let's get started. Now, like with anything, reflection is the key to taking any step forward, getting clear on what you want and what you don't want. And that is because we learn from our past. Sometimes it's a good thing. It doesn't always feel great, especially when there might be regrets or mistakes. But the thing is, especially for me, the years that I've had, I don't regret anything I've done because I wouldn't know what I know now. As much as it bloody kills, reflection is just so important. I do this in my journal. This is a journal that I started at the start of the year. It's literally pretty much full now. I think I've got, like, as you can see, like no pages left. If you guys don't know, I own a planner and stationery brand, and I just put really cute stickers on it. So I put all my stuff in here, and now when I read back on the reflection from the start of the year, I feel like I'm a completely different person, which is insane. So we're gonna be doing the same thing. I would love you to grab a journal and write these down. So reviewing the last 6 months that you've just had, what are the 3 lessons that you've learned? These can be tough lessons, usually they are, but they're the best ones. Now I'm gonna pop these review questions on the screen as well, so you guys can screenshot it, and I might even just like list it down below just to help you guys out even more. I would have loved to have made a download for you because you know your girl loves giving you a good download. Anyway, but I'm really time poor at the moment, so this is what we've got. What were your top 3 wins? This is something that we never really like just stop and just think about and be like, I did a really good job. So for me personally, one of my goals for this quarter was setting up my SVP team, so my business, and hiring staff. And I've managed to do that. And I don't always achieve my goals, but I did. So for me, that was a massive win. Another win for me is more linked to a lesson. So I've been burning out for years, and I've finally come to the realization that I can't be everything to everyone all the time. And that is included in family life, as a mum, and at work. So my win has been, I'm being a lot better at being realistic with myself. Instead of telling myself I'm gonna do X, Y, Z, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna do X and Y. So that's a win for me. So it can literally be anything big or small, and they can be linked to your lessons as well. Did I set any boundaries? And that includes with others and yourself as well. For me, my boundaries are actually knowing when to stop working and to just like take a bloody minute. So my boundaries are when I plan for my workday to end, it ends. Have I been doing that? No. So my boundaries is up shit creek right now. Next is which areas of my life am I feeling the best right now? And this doesn't have to mean you feel amazing, but even content, or maybe you feel like you're progressing. Remember, there's not always like an end point with these things. Even with health and fitness, you don't just get fit and then that's it. For you to upkeep that fitness, you got to continue. Any progress is positive. Maybe you set a goal to do 10,000 steps a day. I've spoken about this before. For me, I set that goal and I'd get to the afternoon and be way off, so I wouldn't even do it. So what I did is I reduced my step goal to 8K steps, and then I started hitting it every day. So that's progress. And to me, I've kept it that way now. Now, I don't even go for 10K. It's all about being realistic. If you are a perfectionist, if you lower your bar a little bit, that is everybody else's high bar. So just have a little think about that. I want you to ask yourself, how much fun did you have? As an adult, we only do tasks and things that give us a certain outcome, like make more money, make the house cleaner, things like that, get fitter, but you don't really do things just for fun anymore. And this is so important, and I am going to be talking about this in your life audit, because when you stop having fun, that's when life will start to feel pretty flat. It's like, you know, when you book in a holiday, you've booked in fun, so that's why you look forward to it. You get that like energy because you know you've got something good coming up. So could you imagine if every week, every day, you've booked in time into your schedule for fun? So imagine how much energy you're going to feel every single day and every single week if you do that. The next questions are about habits. So habits that you started and habits that you stopped. So a habit I've started in the last 6 months is being super critical of what is actually important and what can wait. Normally I'll fill up, my to-do list, and yes, I sell planners. I've worked on learning about productivity for so long now. That is why I do what I do, but I also have ADHD, and I'm also a perfectionist, and I also am a people pleaser. So that means I always try to fill all the parts of my day with productivity. I've always based my worth on my productivity levels, which is not good. That sucks. It sucks balls. We don't want to do that anymore. And especially if you're a people pleaser, I'm always taking tasks off other people. Still do it, but I'm a lot more critical of it. Ask yourself, how much downtime did you get? How have you been resting? How have you been relaxing? Or are you someone that feels every hour of the day that you get spare with more shit to do? That could be a goal for you. Soon as we get spare time, we think it's, oh great, I can do this task. I can do tomorrow's task. What about we just sit our asses down and don't do it? And I know I'm supposed to be a channel about productivity and all that stuff, but I'm also about being human, and we do not want to be leading ourselves into burnout. By all means, if you're still within work hours or your kids are still at school and you feel like you aren't needing a rest, 100%, if you got that time, chuck it in there. It's great. But if not, sit down. All right, now step 2, we're gonna start doing your life audit. Now, if you've never done one of these, traditionally it's like this wheel of life that you see online, and it's broken up into different categories: personal growth, finance, career, relationships, etc. And then there's lines and you color it into like your level of satisfaction. Now, I'm trying to do this guide so it's really easy for you, so we're not gonna do that. But I want you to choose 6 categories that most relate to you in your life. There is some categories that you have to put in there because you are a human being and you need to do it. And then there's a couple that you can change. Now, these categories look like family, career, finance, hobbies, personal growth, mental health, that kind of thing. So I want you to really think about what your categories are. Now, your non-negotiable categories are personal growth, which means the time you spend on yourself, like working on yourself. So working on yourself can look like, yes, obviously doing goal setting, because that is healthy as long as it's realistic. It can be learning new things. And it's also growth as, a mother, a sister, a friend, just growth as in everything you're learning along the way in this thing called life. That is a bloody roller coaster and going way too fast. The next non-negotiable is mental and physical health. So they're 2 categories, mental health and physical health, for obvious reasons. Another category you must have is fun/hobbies, because as I said, we do not have enough fun as adults. Let's have some fun, and this is so important. I also want you to have relationships in there, whether you want to pop in family or friends or both. I usually just pop in relationships and then I focus on family, like so my husband, my kids, and then I focus on like friendships and things like that. And then of course you've got finance. Now the other one that will chop and change for people would be career, study. It could be home life, which is a big one, and that is another one that I would recommend having as a category. What we are going to be doing is rating these areas of our lives from 1 to 5. Now the traditional wheel goes 1 to 10, but I feel like that's too many options to me. That hurts my brain. So let's just make it really simple. So 1 is you are not satisfied, feeling content in this area. And 5 is you're feeling really good in this area. You feel like, you're progressing. Again, you can't always be at the end goal because there isn't an end goal really, but you're feeling good about that area of your life. So that's a 5. What I want you to do is to get 2 pieces of paper. I want you to write your category heading, and then next to it, I want you to put your rating of 1 to 5. Now underneath, this is the next step. For each category, we're going to be doing something called start, stop, step, and stick with. Now how this works, the start, stop, step, and stick with, even it's a tongue tie for me. This is a method I use to really help look into my habits, but with a magnifying glass. This is how it works. For mental health, I want to stop filling up my spare time with work. And instead I want to start using that time as downtime to do reading or painting, things like that. So the next step is the step. Now this is the step you need to take, or the action you need to take to start the habit that you've just put down. So the step I need to take is I need to go and order books online, or I need to buy some painting stuff, or I need to schedule into my planner that I get self-rest here and here. Do you see what I mean? So the actual step you need to take to start the thing. Now the last step is stick with. Now these are the things that you're doing in that area of your life that are feeling good and you want to stick with it. The thing I want to stick with is my journaling. I've been journaling for years. I do it morning and night, sometimes more than that because my brain is crazy. And that's something I'm going to stick with because it makes me feel good. So you are going to list these out for every category. I think the one that you guys will probably struggle with the most for this is home. Example for home would be stop, like leaving clutter around at night. So to solve that, we want to start doing a non-negotiables afternoon routine. And the step to do that would be to write out like your checklist for your new PM routine, pop it on your Steph Pace fridge magnet on the fridge so the whole family can see, and then you can actually start doing it. And then stick with changing your sheets once a week, or whatever you do that's like hygienic at home that you want to stick with. You know what I mean? Like vacuuming, whatever. Now this takes us to step 3, checking in with the goals that you have set for the month or the year ahead. Now I'm not going to be going into goal setting in this video, but all I'm going to say is be realistic and reverse engineer your goals into bite-sized steps or tasks or habits. Now I talk about all about this in the Reset Roadmap again, I'll pop it below, because goal setting is so extremely important, and that is either going to set you up for success or failure or disappointment. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Now here I want you to revisit the goals that you had set for the last 6 months. Have I made any progress on them? What's been holding you back? And be really specific. It could be time. Okay, so what part of my weeks am I not able to dedicate towards this goal? Is there any self-sabotaging behaviors that you've been doing? Self-sabotage is a whole other topic, but doing things like procrastination, being a perfectionist, waiting till you have all the answers before you start things, those are actually self-sabotage, because our brain doesn't like change. Our brain wants us, unfortunately, to stay the same because it means that we're safe, even when safe is shit for us. AKA feeling lethargic, not being healthy, being stuck in, relationships that just aren't good for you, because your brain knows the familiar. So that's why it's trying to keep you there. So just remember that. So what are some self-sabotaging behaviors or habits that your brain is doing to stop you from reaching those goals? Now I want you to set your goals for the next quarter. So again, really looking at what your life looks like right now. Now, I know we are all chasing this thing called balance, but balance isn't always really the right word, because when you're in certain seasons of your life, your focus needs to be on certain areas. Of course, you're always juggling. We're juggling all the time, but there is times in your life where you are really, really heavily focused in, obviously family when your kids are babies, or it could be work, or it could be study. Like it just depends where you're at. It could be home, like right now we're building and we're going to be moving soon. Like there's always things going on, so just being really aware of that. Now I want you to write down your goal and reverse engineer that goal into habits. You need to make sure that these habits you're actually scheduling into your planner, your SPP planner. If you don't plan it, it's not going to happen. Let's be honest. If you guys want a video on planner habits and how to really get used to using a planner, because I know that's a habit within itself, I can definitely do a video on that, on like how I plan my week. Now, step 4, these are the 3 days that you need to schedule into your month to help you finish off your mid-year reset. And day 3 will probably surprise you. All right, so day 1 is I want you to have a mini reset day. This day, I want you to be doing a declutter and a reset of your personal space, your physical space. So when I say a mini reset day, I don't want you to flog yourself so hard to literally clean the whole house from head to toe, declutter the whole place, and then do all the other things I'm about to ask of you. No. I want you to focus on the areas that have just been like, you know, those areas that, you know, like I just really need to like get to that one cupboard, like areas that really affect you and your mental health the most. You know the ones I'm talking about. There are certain areas that you've just been putting off that you just need to just get in there. Those are the areas I'm talking about. Also decluttering the high traffic areas of your home. So for us, that's like the hallway where all the shoes and crap are. There's always like, we have a shoe basket. There's always a million socks in there. So things like that. Clean up your workspace or wherever you spend most of your time, just making it feel fresh. Vacuum, clean some surfaces down, but do not absolutely flog yourself. Declutter your car, clean out your car, and get rid of the 20 drink bottles that you've been driving around with for the last 6 months. I'm gonna clean out the fridge and the freezer because we all know you've got steak that's 2 years old in there. Well, I hope not, but you probably may have. Go through your pantry. I'm not saying you have to fully organize it, but just go through it and at least get rid of expired items or things that just need to be used. And of course, change your sheets and towels just because you know it's gonna make you feel fresh. Now we're moving on to the personal reset. So this is stuff that I actually do every month. Most months. I'm not going to sound perfect all the time. I like to clean out my handbag, which I would recommend also doing the kids' school bags as well. Gym bag, I chuck in the wash and get rid of any old receipts and things like that. And you're going to be saving that for the next day. So any receipts and things that you need to keep and you just need to be doing admin, that's for day 2. And have an everything shower, which I know is a job within itself, but have one of those showers, you know, put on a face mask, find like an old hair mask that you've got in the cupboard, just give yourself a bit of pampering, you know? That's what your personal reset. And you can do that at the very end of this day because you might be a bit tired. Let's talk about the next day that you're going to schedule in, which is your life admin day. You'll need a life admin day to do all the annoying things that we've been putting off, like booking that doctor's appointment that you've been stressing over for like 3 weeks now and you've lost sleep over, but you just can't pick up the phone to call the doctor. Speaking from experience. As I said, this is a day you're going to do the things that you just have been putting off. You're going to go to the post office. You're going to finally return that product you bought that is broken. You're going to book in the dog for the vet. You're going to book the family in for the doctors. You're going to repot that plant outside that's been sitting there for 5 months. You're going to finally take the vacuum cleaner to get fixed that's been sitting in the boot of your car for a year. Speaking from experience. So things like cleaning up your computer files, going through photos in your phone, which I actually recommend doing slowly if you're like me and have a million photos. I actually do it at the end of every month and I look at the previous month, like the month that has just passed. I look at those photos and things and delete ones I want to get rid of. So you can do that gradually. You're going to get your inbox to 0 and I'm going to give you a little hack here and it's probably going to scare some of you, but anything that is older than 6 months, just archive it in your inbox, even 3 months, because at least if it's archived, you can find it again. So just archive it and start clean, make some like sections up, like folders, sorry, your labels and get it organized. Now, if you need help with this, let me know and I can do a video. Honestly, archiving a massive chunk of emails that you haven't been looking at, just do it. Unsubscribing from annoying newsletters that you've been getting that's not step-based planners, doing stuff like that. And this is also where I want you to do a bit of a financial review. So you don't have to go over like the whole year or the last 6 months bank statement, but even the last month, just see where you can really like stop unnecessary spending. I want you to be going into your subscriptions and your apps and delete anything that you don't need or use and you've been paying for. And day 3, I want you to have a potato day. Yes, a potato day. No, it's not a day where you eat, well, you can sit down and eat potatoes if you like. Chips are delicious. This is a day you're going to be doing absolutely fuck all. You are literally going to sit your ass down. This doesn't have to mean you have to literally be lazy all day, but I just want you to just do whatever you want to do. Maybe your potato day is going for a walk, then watching your favorite Netflix show. But I want you to have a full day. Obviously, we do have obligations and things, but when you've dropped the kids off at school or once you've done the things you have to do every day, I want you to do nothing. Just relax, just chillax for one day. And the last step of this mid-year reset is just looking at your current routine. I want you to write down or think about your current routine What days of the week are the most stressful for you and why? What parts of the day are most stressful for you and why? Is it the mornings because I haven't made the kids' lunches, I haven't packed my bag, I've woken up to the kids screaming in my face because they want to eat chocolate for breakfast, there's peanut butter on the dog. Like, why is it stressful? And pinpoint it. In my reset roadmap, I actually go through a really good strategy for creating your perfect routine, which I will pop up on the screen as well, and you can screenshot this part because it goes through the steps to actually creating this routine. So it's going through listing out your non-negotiables, so the things that you have to do day to day, and then listing out the habits and things that will make you happier and get you closer to your goals, and then scheduling them in to your routine, which also comes in the download. And with this, I want you to really hone in on your AM and PM routine, because these parts of the days will make or break the whole middle part of your day. So if your AM and PM are shit, this part is going to be pretty difficult. But if these two are nailed, the middle part will go a lot more smooth. Not always. Oh, that is literally my alarm to go and pick up my children. Exhibit A. And the other thing with routines is having a planner. Honestly, guys, I can't stress this enough. If I did not have my planner, I would be lost. My whole life would be in shambles. Yeah. Like today, for example, if I didn't plan my day today, I wouldn't have got this YouTube video recorded. I wouldn't have done all the things I've done before this. Went to the gym, be literally bang on time to go pick up my kids as soon as I finish recording this. Anyways, guys, let me know below how you go with your mid-year reset, and I'll link all the videos I talked about below as well. Check out the screen time one, check out the roadmap one, and also there's a whole video on creating your perfect routine. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Enjoy your mid-year reset. Don't be an asshole to yourself, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.